Well, hello, good evening, everybody. Welcome to round 2 of the North American Grand Prix GT2 Championship and the GTR2 Simulator. Coming to you live from Hockenheim in Germany. And I'm joined, as always, by my broadcast partner, Brad Maris. Brad, welcome.
Yeah, thanks, Al. Another beautiful night here in GTR2 land. Got about 31 drivers in. Looking forward to a good race here at Hockenheim.
Yeah, it's gonna be a barn burner here tonight after last week's abbreviated race for us, feature race, but ended up being quite a good one there at the end. A lot of dramatic action. Couple guys running out of fuel. Alex White taking home the first victory, and yeah, it was a pretty good event last week, Brad. But it's a whole new week, a whole new race, whole new set of challenges, right?
It is a whole new week, a whole new set of challenges, but one guy reliving the past, deja vu all over again, perhaps, is Alex White. So last week's winner, looking sharp here in our official Practice 2 session, and with a little bit of winner's success ballast as well, Al. So Alex White still looking pretty sharp.
Yeah, he is at the top of the timesheets at the moment in Practice 1. Ryan Schleif also looking quite racy there, also in the Mercedes. And Alex Scott filling in for, I believe, Jonathan Cuppett. And Alex Scott in the top 3 here in this session. Andres Prieto, yet once again, playing the role of Andrew Warner playing the role of Andres Prieto once again this week. So he's going to be a force to be reckoned with for sure this week.
Yeah, I would think so. So Andres Prieto, aka Andrew Warner, actually finished in 4th spot. Did not pick up any winner's weight for last week's race, and that could be very beneficial for Prieto. I mean, we know what kind of speed the guy's got, and he is very sharp around this place, it has to be said. He has quite a few combined starts here in GT2 and GT1, so he will be a driver to be reckoned with.
We're on board with Alex Scott at the moment, Brad, but let's take a quick look at tonight's track map for Hockenheim. The old circuit is long gone. The old Hockenheim circuit. This was I don't know, what do they say it, remodeled or whatever way, I don't know, back in the early 2000s, unfortunately. But this track is not too bad. You still have the old stadium section, and which is a fun drive. But Brad, you're more of you're a better driver than I am. So why don't you describe this circuit?
Well, really, there's basically 3 very important corners on this track. So one of them being the very first corner, and getting the curbing just right. And I'm not going to say cutting it just right, but exercising as much of the curbing as possible without upsetting the car too much. Coming through the Mercedes arena, the left-hander coming up to the Opel curve, very important corner to get good speed coming out of there. And then the final corner, incredibly important. The last 2 corners kind of combined. To hit those right is really where you're going to gain your maximum speed around here. There's some tricky braking zones you want to make sure you get right. The hairpin, of course, you want to stay out of trouble around there, but by and large, those 3 corners are going to really decide your overall lap time around here.
Yeah, so these guys are going to have to be wary about running wide there in turn 1, as the game will give you a cut if you get a little too aggressive through there. So guys are going to have to be careful there in qualifying. But yeah, pretty nice layout, and I don't particularly mind this circuit. I really, obviously, prefer the old one better. It's a whole different set of challenges, but still good layout. And
it is.
Yeah, just talking about while we're still on the subject here of the circuit. Last time we ran this track, and the only other time we ran this track was June 13th, just over 5 years ago, 2011. Oh, 4 years ago. Sorry, I keep thinking we're in 2016. But no, just over 4 years ago. Feels like 5. But Ian Jolicourt taking the win in the Ford Mustang. I can't believe that car actually has won a race. But yeah, that car took the win here. Joe LaCour finishing first. Aaron Parsons took second in the Audi R8. And Chris Moses and his teammate for that night, Rich Rahman, third and fourth in the Viper competition coupe. The old Viper.
Well, it's a pretty good track, and surprised we haven't run it here more in GT2, really, because it elicits pretty good racing action, it has to be said. Now, it all kind of comes down to the start. If you can get through the start okay, there's some very rough corners there early on to avoid contact. If these guys can manage to get through there and get down to some good, hard, clean racing after that, then it will be a very good race. The times around here are very tight in our practice session. They will be throughout the course of the race as well.
And we've moved over to qualifying, so we're on board with, see, it looks like David Poole is going to be first to act, as always. Still, he's somehow able to get out ahead of everybody, every qualifying session, every race. It's unreal. But David's going to be the first one out, and last time we ran here, the pole time was a 39.8, and that's already been, well, crushed by probably close to a second. So the times, I'm sorry, the qualifying time was a 38.8. Take that back. So these guys, well, according to practice, a little off the qualifying time from 2011. The fast lap of the race was a 39.8. And both were set by Robert Ferracano in the Doran Ford, the Ford GT.
Yeah, that qualifying time will be bettered tonight for sure, especially given our current qualifying conditions. So, track temperature now at 79 degrees Fahrenheit, the ambient at 63. So these guys will be running the soft tires and the low fuel, and they will be turning in some nice laps.
Yes, they certainly will be. Yeah, ideal conditions, 79 degrees track temp, like you mentioned, sunny out. So just overall a nice day here in Germany. So as we wait for David Poole to get on a flyer here, we'll jump on board with him, give you a sense of the track layout. Hopefully he can keep it together. And that Moser, yeah, pretty good around here, Brad.
Yeah, well, I like the Mosler in general, as you know, Al, and I suspect it should be a pretty good performer on most tracks. Perhaps if it's lacking anything, it might be a little bit of the downforce on the front end, some of the high downforce sections, but important corner here too, really coming into two. You want to get a good exit here coming onto the straight. It's not terribly difficult to hit that one consistently. Certainly David Poole won't have too much of a problem with it, but you do want to maximize whatever speed you can get down into this hairpin. A very tight hairpin and always problematic, like I say, on the start.
Yeah, there's always a gaggle of cars coming in here trying to, usually outbraking themselves going into this corner, but hopefully that will not be the case tonight.
Yeah, I got a right-hand flick coming up here to an important complex mentioned a little earlier, this left. Not terribly difficult to get in there. You can overcook it on braking a little bit, but coming up here to this right-hand bend, you really want to get on the gas super early, run it all the way out to the outside curbing. Don't want to push over the limit. And into a relatively high-speed and tricky right-hander.
Yeah, into the stadium section.
Difficult corner here. Once again, it's all about getting the car settled, getting on the gas as quickly as possible, and then a tricky little double right-hand complex here. So you just want to be careful on the first part of it, come out wide, and really nail the throttle as early as possible. Come all the way out to the left-hand side, as David Poole has done, and see what he does.
Wow, 38.4. So provisional pole goes David Poole, Alex White with a 38.8. Chris Moses just starting a lap here in the Viper. Mike Monahan to 5th. Oh, I'm sorry, Chris Moses did qualify. Oh, he's quickly falling back. So he already set a time, it looks like. Alex Scott to 3rd. Ryan Schleif has jumped up to 2nd here in that Mercedes.
Yeah, going back quickly there to Alex Scott in third place provisionally. He was really looking for a ride this week. He is a full-time substitute, and I think was really chomping at the bit to get into some Hockenheim action. So it's nice he found a ride. He's making good use of it too, Al.
Yeah, he certainly is. Got that C7 working for him tonight. Ryan Schleif was up in the first sector by 0.05 of a second. A little shaky going into that hairpin. Let's see where he is at the second split. A lot of traffic up ahead.
Yeah, and that will be the case. We didn't mention that. Traffic can be a real problem around here, especially in the third sector. Ryan Schleif is up.
Got a Moser up ahead. Should not be a problem, however.
Yeah, traffic, I was going to mention, can be very difficult in this section of the track. It really narrows up quite a bit, as you can see, so it's very difficult to give room.
Might get a little bit of a tow here, some help. And Ryan Schleif, bang, 38 flat to provisional pole. Great lap by Ryan.
Boy, that third sector is so important here, and you saw that he did gain quite a bit of time there in that third sector, so he's got it figured out.
Look at Mike Trussler now. Also in the Mercedes. Currently in 6th.
Yeah, and as our viewers may recall, it was Mike Trussler putting in that great early effort out at Nordschleife, running up there in the second position actually for a while. Did slip back to 5th, but still in all, a pretty damn fine result for Mike Trussler last week.
Yeah, he did have a good result. Now, what could have been a bit off here in the second sector. But yeah, ran into some troubles there in his final stint, had some damage, and really slowed the car up a bit. Left them vulnerable to some overtakes there. So I ended up finishing 5th, but still overall good night for that team. Now the winner of the last race here, Ian Jolicoeur, currently in 9th. These guys have terminated their contract with Cadillac and have moved over to the Audi R8, so they're carrying some weight here tonight for that move, and him and Marty Uren. So it'll be interesting how these guys manage the Audi here tonight. Oh, Ian's backed out of it.
Yeah, unfortunate to see the Cadillac back out of the picture here at the moment. Hopefully a team will come along and pick up that ride. Personally, I kind of like it.
Connor Swain on an outlap. John Ludenbach in 11th. Jaime Moore. A bit off there in the first sector in the Ginetta. Currently in 12th.
Just riding around a bit with Salem Montgomery Jr. here, so that Salem Montgomery Jr. picked up 2nd place out there in Nordschleife. Looks to be a little off the pace here tonight, so came around for his first lap there for a time that puts him 15th. So a little down the order is last week's 2nd place holder.
Yeah, Salem carrying 30 kilograms of success ballast. Just exiting the pit lane now. So each car is going to handle the weight a bit differently, and he may be struggling a bit with that tonight, but we'll find out. Jared Keane, ooh, taking it way wide in the R8. And no improvement. So we got about just over 15 minutes left in qualifying here. You're watching qualifying for our Monday Night GTR 2 League. GT2 series. Kevin Miller in the Lambo. on board with Kevin. Kevin about, you see it there, 1.5 seconds off the pace. Bit of a gap once you get to around 10th, but as we saw in practice, the times are pretty close. You pointed that out, Brad.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised, honestly. People have not crept closer to Ryan Schleif's provisional pole time yet at that 38. Maybe that time is pretty good. Well, there goes Alex Scott. So Alex Scott did improve quite a bit, and he was only a couple tenths off Ryan Schleif now for that second spot provisionally.
So no improvement for Kevin. Montgomery Jr. just starting a flyer. David Rally. Really hot into that the stadium section here. We'll see where Rally ends up.
As you watch David Rally come off the final corner here, should make note of Gregory Myers. Gregory Myers provisionally 7th. Good start for him.
So Rally picks up a couple positions. Montgomery Jr. continues on his flyer. Currently sitting 2nd in the championship. Take a look where he is here in the second split. He's behind about 8 tenths, so.
Still much better, though, than where he's at now.
Ooh, he's got balked there a little bit by one of the Corvettes.
Yeah, can still put in quite a bit of improvement, and I suspect that there are quite a few of these guys that could turn better laps that are also getting held up a little bit by traffic, perhaps. So there are some better times out there, I suspect.
So Salem to the line, checks in with a... Yeah, he's good for 13th. Gonna go on another one. Rigo Triana's jumped up to 15th in the McLaren. Sam Rolfe back in 20th. Marty Uren, a little surprised to see Marty this far back, currently in 21st. Oh, coming to grips with that Audi.
Yeah, and the weight, no doubt. I mean, he put in a pretty good result last week there at the Schleif there, good for 11th, almost in the top 10.
Mike Monahan back in 22nd, so Mikey should be able to improve from that position much. He's had some trouble there.
Yeah, real quick I'll get in those. That team has really been struggling. Word around the paddock is having a little trouble here at Hockenheim, sorting this place out. Him and teammate Esteban Palacio both in a spot of bother.
Miguel Giordia in 23rd. Matt Taylor languishing a bit here. He's struggling early on, back in 24th. Kurt Chandler running in 25th. See what Kurt here is here in the first split. Teammate to Montgomery Jr. So Kurt's off 4 tenths in the first sector. Not a bad first split, but it's like the vet's having some trouble here tonight. Brian Story back at 26th. Palacio, yeah, you ain't lying. He's in it back there at 27th. Omar Gomez in 28th. Telez in 29th. Mascarelli running in 30th. Oh, I'm sorry. So, yeah, so Scott's filling in for Johnny 11. Let's see, it's not coming.
Ah, gotcha. Now,
That's
quick update
it. Back
here.
out front here. Ryan Schleif continues to lead the way with the 38 flat. Go ahead, Brad.
Yeah, actually the conditions might call for a little bit of rain here late in this qualifying session. So perhaps a light mist preparing to fall here. Current condition update.
Yeah, I just noticed that myself, Brad. So, I mean, the cloud's still,
It doesn't look too dark, does it?
doesn't look too dark at all. So, Alex Scott, he's up a bit here in the first sector. We got a gaggle of traffic up ahead, giving everybody the business with the lights.
Yeah, the times have tightened up a little bit, but it is still Ryan Schleif there with that 38 dead leading the way here, Al. So these guys are going to have to come up with a solution to that time if they want to supplant him off that pole position.
Looks like he's got Omar Gomez up ahead. I believe Omar is on a flyer as well. Oh, that's not going to help. We lost a bunch of time there.
Yeah, and that really is the difference in speed coming off that corner. That's the difference between getting it right and not getting it quite right, and it is a big difference there. So a very important corner on this track.
As you watch David Poole now, currently sitting in fourth. Just over 2/10 off in the second sector, and wow, it's really clouded over now. So these guys want to set a time. They're gonna have to do it quick. It looks like it's really gonna start to rain. So
yeah, and Ryan Schleif is thinking, yeah, baby, he's doing the little rain dance out there, hoping the wet stuff falls.
See what Poole can do here at the stripe. No improvement. Alex White, 0.05 of a second off in the first sector. Joe LaCour up to fifth, so LaCour's got that Audi figured out with the weight.
Yeah, it sure does. That's a very fine time. Like you say, with the weight, these GT2 cars sometimes don't manage it very well. So very close time.
White's got some traffic up ahead as well. Looks like that's Luton in the Mosler. White a little behind in the second sector, 0.3 off.
Yeah, and right now this is really a full court press. All the drivers understand that there's a possibility of rain coming in. There's only 8 minutes left to go here in this qualifying session, so they are really starting to get desperate to improve their time. As Gregory Myers has just posted a time good for 5th place provisionally, Al. Where's this qualifying effort coming from Gregory Myers the last couple of weeks?
So no improvement for White. Yeah, so Greg Myers in the Audi. Getting the job done. Dispatching Joe LaCour down to 6th. Moving up, he's in 7th there. Preto in 8th. Preto a bit behind the pace here.
Yeah, and we saw him.
Go ahead.
Saw him struggle a little bit last week there at the Nordschleife as well, didn't we? It was pretty ragged there. That opening stint was Andres Preto.
Yeah, yes, it was. It seemed like he was overdriving a little bit there at times. About a 10th off here in the first sector. Mike Trussler, we run down the field. We got it's about just over 6 minutes to go. Ooh, big slide for Mike. He's in 9th. Connor Swain in 10th. Jaime Moore now in 11th. Aaron Parsons, another guy, in 12th. See where Parsons ends up here in the Aston. Good enough for 10th.
Yeah, small improvement.
Yeah, Jared Keene back at 13th. Larson's teammate running in 14th. Moses back in 15th. And Montgomery Jr. now running in 17th, about to complete a lap here. Let's see what he can do. No improvement. Oh, well, he picked up 1 position, so Montgomery Jr. continues to struggle here. Alex Scott. Let's see if he can improve here and jump on pole.
Boy, you know, these guys like Alex Scott, Alex White, David Poole, all have had quite a few cracks at it here. Just have not quite been able to manage to dip into the 37s here. I don't know if anyone's going to be able to.
Scott's not going to be able to improve. White's on an out lap. David Poole now, he's about to complete a lap. Oh, he's way off the pace. Gorgeous entering the... Oh, he's off. He backed out of it. See if Luden can improve on his time.
Yeah, well, this is it. Qualifying time running out here. Just about 4.5 minutes left to go. So a couple timed laps for the guys that are on track right now. And it's going to be all over. So it's a do or die time.
5/10 off. Second sector. Oh, it started to rain, Brad.
Oh boy.
So Luden's probably going to be the last guy to get a lap down here before the track gets all wet.
Yeah, it looks like it may already be having an effect, but there's some room for improvement, at least to pick up a spot or two for Lude.
No improvement. Lost a half a second there in the stadium section. I was going to say, it seems like he's having some struggles there. Wow, the track's already kicking up some moisture. Oh, Scott taking it out into the, really pushing hard. So Schleif has parked it. Light's about to finish this lap.
Yeah, I think it's pretty assured Ryan Schleif will take pole for this event. If they weren't able to get it done in the dry, they certainly aren't going to be able to get it done here with some moisture falling.
Yep, it's going to do it. Greg Myers going to keep his 5th spot.
Yeah, and some very close times starting from Gregory Myers back there to Jaime Moore in 12th. So those 7 positions covered by just a couple tenths of a second.
So we do run changeable weather here, folks, if you're watching for the first time. We saw the track start off, well, quite nice, cool. And, well, the conditions just deteriorated quickly. Now it's really raining steadily.
Well, still in all, pretty good qualifying effort. Aaron Parsons did come up to manage 10th. It's a little surprising to see him back there, but I don't know that his Aston Martin is getting along really well with this track, so the Aston Martin can struggle a little bit with front-end grip, and that is at a premium around this place, so perhaps that's part of his problem. Salem Montgomery Jr., of course, has not figured out that car with the added weight on there, so that's a little surprising as well. See Salem back there in 15th.
Yeah, Salem, as I see some of the guys out there still on the dry tires and really struggling. The track has gone damp, so in a matter of minutes, the track started raining and almost immediately went damp. So we'll see what the conditions hold out have in store for us for the race. So could be much of the same here, Brad.
Yeah, it's a possibility. So it's a good idea even if you can't quite get a lap in, you don't really want to go out and mess with somebody's lap when there isn't enough time left. But in these types of conditions, I would definitely recommend at least going out and feeling it out as much as possible. Any wet conditions that may come up during the race. Would like to know what's going to happen, you know.
So a lot of these guys are just maybe try and get a lap or two in with the wet tires or the inters. Get a feel for the track. Might be more out there. Not out just getting a feel, practicing their pit-ins. So, that's going to do it. Ryan Schleif's going to take pole with a great lap early in this session. Alex Scott really battled hard to try and better that time of Schleif, but just could not. He was up a couple times, got blocked at one point, or not blocked, but slowed down a bit. And Alex White third, David Poole fourth. So nice time for Poole. So 12, the top 12 in the 38s, all within 1 second of each other. So very close times here in qualifying, Brad.
Yeah, and that this track does kind of elicit that, leading to some close times. And like I say, we'll see that in the race as well, assuming we don't have some big schmozzle there in turn one or the hairpin. Will kind of separate the field. But pit stop's also pretty important around this place as well. You definitely want to nail a good pit stop, or it can really give you a big gap to those you were around. So tires. Most of these guys will need to take tires on their stop. I don't think that many of these or any of these guys will be able to take a double stint on tires. This place is relatively abrasive on them. So, shouldn't be any shenanigans going on with pit strategy as far as that goes, Al.
Yeah, well, the question will be, I mean, well, you talk about tires. I mean, what are the chances of some of these guys opting for a double stint here, Brad, through this race? How's this track in terms of abrasion?
Yeah, well, it'll depend a little bit on the car and perhaps a specific strategy these guys might have, but in general, no, they won't be able to get away with a double stint here. Certainly, you can always double stint. The question is, how much track time do you lose as a result of being on those worn tires? So, no, I think most of the guys will be changing the shoes here on their stop.
All right. Well, we're off to moved over to qualifying 2, and wait for some latecomers to jump in here. Look for the race to go about 36 laps, 35, 36 is the max. Well, the max distance, I'll tell you what it is exactly. It's 36 laps, so should go right about an hour, depending on the conditions. So if it does rain, it's the time's gonna be a little slower. So, but should it stay dry, it should go a full 36.
Yeah, and they're going to be pretty 36 intense laps as well. This place is always kind of a challenge to drive because generally you're in some pretty decent traffic, and it's a little tough to see some of the apexes when you're running up close behind a guy, and can be a little tricky. So in those 3- and 4-way battles, we'll have to watch for who's able to kind of keep it together and keep everything smooth and on track.
Well, taking a look ahead here in GT2. Next week we'll be at Road Atlanta. We leave Germany for the U.S. with 3 races in the U.S. Road Atlanta, followed by Mid-Ohio, and then Indianapolis for round 5. So some pretty good tracks up ahead. I know a lot of guys really like Road Atlanta, so that should be fun. As well as Mid-Ohio.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing. Those are 2 crowd favorites there, back to back for sure.
So if you're watching the broadcast on Twitch, you can just click on the banner for tonight's race there, and bring up live timing for tonight's race. Or if you're on the site watching it, just click on the GTR2 live timing. Follow your favorite driver here tonight. As we still, before we move into the warm-up session, take a quick look at the Drivers' Championship. Alex White leading with 27 points, followed by Montgomery Jr. and Andres Prieto tied for second with 20 each. Aaron Parsons in third, Mike Trusser in fourth. In the team championship, team winning formula, that's Alex White and Trusser leading with 42 points, followed by Houston and Parsons and T. Brock Dambam with 26. Team Columbia Nuis, Jaime Moore and Prieto with 20 points. Desert Dog Racing, these two teams tied for third. Kurt Chandler and Salem Montgomery Jr. with 20, and 05 Motorsports in fourth with 17 points. So still early, but a bit close. So things are going to get things are just heating up here, Brad.
It's always nice to get off to a good start. You definitely don't want to be behind the 8 ball if you could help it. And I like that T. Brock Dam team there in second, salvaging some pretty good points because Aaron Parsons really was not running that well in that Nordschleife race. Came on toward the end and came away with a nice finish when all was said and done. So a good start for that team. And of course, the winning Formula team. Boy, those guys are looking pretty strong this season, Al.
Yeah, they certainly are. So, looks like we lost
Moses.
Moses, yep. So not sure what happened there. Also coming up this Thursday, we got round 2 of our Assetto Corsa League, our GT League from Circuit of the Americas. Hopefully we'll have Ken back for that one to broadcast that race. Sebring was pretty successful race last week, Brad. Congratulations on that second place finish.
Yeah, thanks, Al. It was a kind of a ragged race for me personally, but it was good, and definitely congratulations to John for coming away with the victory out there. He had very nice pace in that Nissan, and boy, Coda's going to be a nice test next week. I think that everybody's really looking forward to that one. That's a great track, a very technical track, a lot of fun to drive.
Yeah, it's going to be fun here. But back to GTR2, we're off to our warm-up session, and current track temperature in the warm-up here is pretty nice. Let's see if it holds up for the race itself. But at the moment, it's 90
so far, so good.
Track temp. Yep.
So very interesting with that Moses retirement. It's very rare for him to have connectivity issues. May have seen that only once or twice in all the years we have been racing here.
Yeah, not sure what's going on there, but unfortunately not going to be on the grid tonight, so it's too bad. I'll tell you what, we're gonna have to keep an eye on Greg Myers because he's very impressive qualifying time. It's gonna be interesting to see where he ends up here tonight, but should he keep it clean, he might be good for a podium tonight.
Yeah, it's possible.
Kind of struggled a bit there late at the Nordschleife last week. Lost out on a couple pit stops. Cost him a bunch of time and positions, so I'm sure he'll be looking to rebound here tonight. Got just a little over 2 minutes to go here in warm-up, and then we'll move it over to the race, Brad. I'll be right back.
Yep. Yeah, well, more or less, I think Al covered most everything we need to cover tonight before this race gets going. As always, the broadcast is hosted by Al and NAGP TV, broadcasting from his rig and live every Monday night. So, as always, this start is always tricky in these events. And it's very important to get that field through those starts clean, but particularly difficult on this track. There is a pretty long blast heading down into the first corner, which can really stack things up, and kind of a tricky braking zone. But things do not get any better coming into the hairpin at the end of another long blast on those cold tires and cold brakes. And some overtaking maneuvers can always be a little hair-raising, so these guys are going to have to be on their game, particularly toward the middle positions of this pack. And as you know, this pack is pretty big, so we'll have 33 drivers take the start here in just a minute or two, and that is a lot of GT2 iron to be thrown on the track and taking a start here. So interesting times ahead as far as that goes. Yeah, was once again interesting that Aaron Parsons' third place finish out there, actually at Nordschleife last week, actually came up through the field very nicely in that event. Started back in the 19th position and found himself running well toward the end when it was not looking all that good there toward the middle of that race. Fighting outside of the top 10, but found a way late to get that done, as Aaron usually does. However, starting only about the 10th place here tonight. So we'll see if he can manage the same trick this week that he did last and move up through the field toward the end.
Alright, Brad, I'm back. Sorry. Yeah, I heard you talking about Parsons. I'm a little surprised with this pace here tonight. I'm not sure if that weight's having an effect on him as well. Well, actually, I don't think he's carrying it, is he? Let me take a quick look.
He should have 20 kilograms.
20,
he
right?
did end up. Yep.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if that amount of weight would be effective. Who knows? I don't know, I'm not one that carries much weight, so.
I have to sell yourself too short. I think the Aston Martin, in combination with that weight on this track, is not the best option.
All right, people want Iggy coverage. Okay, here we go. About to go green here. Ooh, track's wet, Brad. Interesting set of tire choices here for these guys. But let's run down the starting order here for tonight's race. From pole, Ryan Schleif, followed by Alex Scott, Alex White in third, David Poole fourth, Greg Myers fifth.
In Jolicoeur, put in a time for 6th. John Luden is up to 7th. Mike Trussler in 8th. Andrew Winters in 9th. Aaron Parsons 10th.
Connor Swade's going to start 11th. Jaime Moore 12th. Rodrigo Triana 13th. Jared Keene 14th. And Montgomery Jr. back in 15th.
John Houston will start 16th. David Rowley 17th. Kevin Miller 18th. Marty Wren 19th. Matt Taylor, sluggish time in 20th.
Fan favorite, Iggy Giordia 21st. Sam Rolfe 22nd. Mike Monahan 23rd. Brian Story 24th. And Chandler 25th.
Yeah, Omar Gomez 26th. Esteban Palacio 27th. Lou Mascarelli 28th. Mike Greetrex 29th. John Watson 30th. Jonathan Cuppett 31st. And Chuck Carter 32. So losing Chris Moses, we are down to 32 starting tonight. Track went to damp, Al.
Track just went to damp. What are these guys going to do? You know, it is sunny out there. Track's going to dry up. There's going to be some guys going to take a gamble on those dries. But I don't know, Brad. Track changed over pretty quick from dry to damp. Might do the same from damp to dry.
Yeah, very few drivers on the grid at the moment. We're about to start this race. I think most drivers have made their decision. They will go with the dry weather tires, Al.
Wow. Well, it's going to be an interesting first lap here, Brad. We're at the nose, on the nose of Ryan Schleif. So we're about to go green here for round 2 from Hockenheim. We're away. Ooh, a lot of wheel spin from Schleif. Scott slow off the line. Track still very wet. Whoa, one of the, looks like Triana goes wide. Alex White taking a look on the outside, going into one, but Schleif's going to hang on to it. Liverpool at third. Ooh, Schleif takes it wide, hands over the lead to Alex White.
Wow. Well, the competition's going to be busy next week, Al.
Not surprised there. Oh, DeGratrix with heavy damage to the front of that Ferrari, taking it in way too hot and clipping one of the McLarens.
You know, we talked last week a little bit about the varying conditions of dampness and how one damp does not equal another, and this is a case where it's a very wet, damp track.
Kurt Chandler, heavy damage to the front of that Corvette. So, back out front here, Alex White in the lead. Ryan Schleif looks like he's struggling for grip there. Not sure of the tire choice, but White quickly running away with this one.
Wow, if somebody is on the intermediate or treaded tires, it is going to be very difficult for them to get to a pit stop window. So it'd be a tough choice for them to do so, but I suppose maybe some guys have.
Greg Myers falling all the way back to 14.
Oh, yeah.
Monahan, heavy damage. Watson back at 29th. Jordia back in 30th. Chandler's, he's beached it. Wow, what a start to this race. Unreal.
Well, one guy making the most of the mayhem really is Kevin Miller. Kevin Miller has moved up to the 9th spot.
Yeah.
If memory serves, he was around 20th.
Yeah, just picked up on him in that Lambo. So good start for Kevin. Just behind John Ludden in 8th. Field's kind of spread out early on here. Greg Myers will jump on board with him. He tries to reel in Sale Montgomery Jr. So Greg Myers from his best starting position of the season. Ooh, it looks like one of the Assens goes wide. Looks like that was Parsons. The big spin for Parsons, falling back to 17th. What a frantic start to this one. John Houston, his teammates, got some damage to the front of that Aston Martin, back at 16th. Alex Scott, after starting second, ooh, and another Viper goes off, and looks like that was Connor Swain making a mistake here. Now it's Swain and his teammate Raleigh having a look on the inside of his teammate going into one, but backs off.
Ooh. Yeah, those two guys have been running nose to tail here since the drop of the green flag just a couple laps ago now, but it looks like they've been trying to just mind their P's and Q's here, just get on with business as best they can. And I think that's the right choice.
Track remains damp. The track temperature has gone up a bit. So we're right on board with Connor Swain here in 11th. Oh, tries to hunt down Alex Scott.
Yeah, sorry, Al. Had a quick update there for third place. Ian Jolicoeur took it over momentarily, but lost it at the hairpin. David Poole goes back through for that third place.
Take a quick look at the gap here. It's 1 second between Alex White and Ryan Schleif here in second. So Schleif looks like he's regained his composure and starting to pick up the pace. A lot of these guys are starting to pick up the pace here now that the track's drying out a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. So it's really important at this stage to make sure you're right on that racing line. Very difficult to get off if you're going to be making a pass or something like that. Speaking of passes, Marty Uren just went by the 12th place spot of David Raleigh. So Marty Uren into 12th.
Schleif started to gain some ground on White. Ran a little wide there. on the exit going onto the main straight. Gonna go back to work here.
Yeah, a lot of difficult spots around this place in the wet. None more so than in that sector in the last couple of very important corners. Very slippery through there.
Andres Preto behind his teammate Jaime Moore. Oh, Joe LaCour spins it, takes it into the fence.
No.
Oh, he's trying to get back on here. He is. He's going to fall back to at least 11th. His teammate's right behind him, so. Jump on board with Preto as Trussler's got rear view mirror full of Janettas.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, those two guys look like they've also just kind of tried to be as careful as possible here in the opening stanza, and they have at least held position as a result, which is better than a lot of guys could say for themselves.
Trussler in a good spot right now. There's a lot of pressure on Trussler. Let's be honest. We know what Alex White can do. He's won several championships, but yet to win a team championship. Actually, I believe he's won one, but Trussler is in a unique role here. These guys are favored for the team championship, and he's going to want to put in some good finishes here. He's doing a great job here.
Yeah, it looks like they work pretty well together as a team. Obviously, they're really liking the Mercedes. The car is working very well for him. And, I mean, hey, Mike Trussler has picked up quite a few spots from his starting position here. So, pretty well done. We have seen Alex White actually struggle in the past in the wet stuff sometimes, but not so much here tonight. Those guys are running well and looking forward to doing some damage in that team championship.
David Poole now starting to close the gap a little bit on Ryan. Evan Millis hanging on to that 9th spot, followed by Marty. Joe LaCour continues to fall. Taylor struggling back there in 18th. Omar Gomez running in 19th. Connor Swain with some problems. He's falling back to 20th. Sam Rolfe. Oh, with Sam trying to get Palacio the business here.
So already, if I'm a couple of these guys, I'm thinking about how early is my pit window. When's the earliest I can get in and fix some of this damage and try to kind of reset from the opening of this race, which has been very tough.
Oh, Cuppet looks like he's got some pace. Missed out on qualifying, but he's rejoined. He's currently in 23rd. Ooh, Gomez takes it off into the sand. He's putting some pressure on Sam Rolfe now for 21st, sorry. Gomez rejoins at 23rd. Story back at 24th. Followed by Monahan, Keane, and Chiordia. They are back there at 27th. So Iggy losing ground to Jared Keane. John Watton. Watton back at 28th. Followed by Greatrix. And Mascarelli in 30th. Chuck Carter back there in 31st. Ooh, Coach Chandler, he's rejoined in 32nd after getting all that damage repaired, but no doubt probably a lap down already. Ooh, so back out front now, it's Ryan Schleif all over the back of Alex White for the lead.
Yeah, I suspected Alex White might be one of those guys that went with treaded tires, and I think we can confirm that now. There's almost no question he's taken some treaded tires. Ryan Schleif really flexing those slick tire muscles at the moment, and this is a difficult situation for Alex White. he's going to find himself in some serious...
Sorry, go ahead. Schleif had a big
Yeah.
lurch.
Yeah, Alex is in a difficult spot here strategy-wise. If he can make it to a window and not lose too many positions, he'll be okay, but he doesn't want to lose too many, get back in traffic before he has to make that stop.
Well, that certainly explains why Ryan was struggling so much there at the start. He is on dries. Look at the conditions, still damp. Right on board with Ryan. Let's see if he has a look here going into the hairpin. Taking a look. David Poole hanging on with this group as well, so.
Yeah, but he's only hanging on. I've been watching that gap from David Poole to Alex White, and it has stayed just constant at 2.5 seconds. I would have expected to see David Poole make some inroads by now. Were he on the slick tires as well?
Another big lurch from Ryan, so obviously having some trouble getting the power down in some spots. Yeah, you look at Ryan's lap times. Last lap was a 44.1 compared to White with a 45.1. Poole in the 45s. Mike Trussler with the 43.9. So Trussler starting to lay it down here.
Yeah, I'm kind of wondering if David Poole also didn't take some type of treaded tire. He would, I think, almost surely be making up some time to the leader as well if he had been.
Ooh, big moment for Poole. Trussler is going to have an opportunity here.
I tell you, that Mosler is not happy when the temperature gets up on the rear tires too. If he is on a treaded tire there, those are really starting to get hot. That's going to be a tough task for David Poole and that Mosler.
Schleif having a look on the inside of Alex White into the hairpin. He's going to get it done. Ooh,
yeah.
Big lurch from both drivers, so Schleif's going to hang on to this, perhaps. Alex White looking to counter. Going to tuck in behind Schleif.
Yeah, and as you were watching that action, it was Mike Trussler trying to make a move on David Poole into the hairpin. He got it done just for a moment, but David Poole got back by on a Trussler mistake, and Jaime Moore got through as well, so it's Jaime Moore now to fourth, and Trussler in a Janetta sandwich.
Trussler's definitely got some pace on those guys, so he's going to have to do is get back to work and get back past.
Well, I suspect both Janettas are definitely on the slicks as well, judging by the lap times and kind of...
Oh, another mistake from Trussler. Gives up position to Prato. So Trussler's just got to settle down here and not be so heavy on the throttle. Oh, Poole now under pressure. From Moore. Wow.
Yeah, Poole.
A lot of great battles here up front. And Ryan Schleif, you can see in the distance, already starting to check out from Alex White.
Yeah, the good news for Alex White is that David Poole is holding up some of these guys behind, also on the slick tires. So as long as he can stay out, he's rooting for David Poole to stay in front of this group of cars.
Things are getting interesting here. Third to sixth. So Ryan getting by some lap traffic there already. Take a look further back. Alex Scott has already worked his way back up to seventh. So after his poor start, he's really starting to lay it down here. John Luton running
Yeah,
eighth.
a few guys.
Marty Uren now up to ninth. Kevin Miller remains in the top 10. Well, Montgomery Jr. running 11th. Joe LaCour in 12th. Followed by Greg Myers, who's recovered to 13th. And Aaron Parsons in 14th. Parsons' teammate Houston in 15th. Matt Taylor running in the 16th position, last spot in the points. Followed by Swain, Triana, Raleigh, Palacio, Cuppet. Pretty spread out here in the back. 22nd got Monahan, Gomez, Rolfe, followed by Story, Iggy in 26th. Watton running in 27th. Mascarelli, Keene.
Oh!
Uh-oh, what happened? Yeah, so let's take a look at that gap. That's it. 5 seconds now. Schleif over Alex White. So Schleif starting to really check out here.
Yeah, it was David Poole making a mistake at turn 1, allowing Jaime Moore, Andres Prieto, and Mike Trussler all through, but the Janettas came to a bad end. Didn't see exactly what happened, but in any event, Andres went off, and Trussler moved up to 3rd, so David Poole 4th, and it got all mixed up there for a second now.
So, interesting turn of events here as David Poole now running in 4th, followed by Prieto. I'll go with Andre. And a yellow flag. Looks like Greatrix is off track. Ooh, Prieto off into the grass. And Prieto takes it off. Nearly. Oh, wow. Did a good job keeping that on track.
Yeah, those guys were through there for 2nd and 3rd momentarily before, I think, Al, they might have hit each other.
That's the last thing they want happening, as now Alex Scott starting to close up on these guys in 7th. So Scott really laying down some great laps. All right, now we got a train of cars here. Kevin Miller just got passed. Kevin Miller's fallen back to 12th. Joe LaCour's gone by for 11th. And then Greg Myers and Parsons. Tense battle here. And Greg Myers is going to get by Kevin Miller. So Kevin falling.
Yeah, it makes you wonder if maybe Kevin Miller. Yeah, it makes you wonder if maybe Kevin Miller didn't take a treaded set of tires as well at this point, seeing him get swamped.
Parsons having a look on the inside. Ooh, some contact between Parsons and Miller. Not sure if Miller missed. Not sure if that was self-induced. I didn't see any debris, but Parsons really having a hard time getting past Miller. Ooh, a little bobble for Parsons, and Taylor's going to get by. Ooh, Houston. Oh, little contact between both Astons and Matt Taylor. Wow. Wow, that could have been a lot worse.
Yeah, no doubt. So showing lap at the moment. Now these guys have got to be close to getting to some type of pit window. If you're on some treaded weather tires, it's definitely time to get off them just as soon as you possibly can. And boy, Alex White has really done a nice job of surviving here. Alex White continues to run 2nd. That gap now to Ryan
Kevin Miller into the pits.
There you go. Well, there it is, Al. That gap 1st to 2nd now is some 10 seconds. Ryan Schleif to Alex White.
Combo with John Houston here in 15th. Nice battle between Parsons, Matt Taylor, and Houston. Further up, we got another battle between Greg Myers, Joe LaCour, and Montgomery Jr.
As you watch those pit stops, I'm watching another battle here for fourth. Andres Prieto has gotten by David Poole at the hairpin, and looks like he will be through the fourth position. Boy, Alex Scott moved up to sixth place, so he must have gotten by Jaime more. So Alex Scott still on a charge, and now up to six, Al.
Yeah, I was saying he's got that thing dialed in, and yeah, well, he qualified on the front row, so we know he's quick. So he must be on the dries as well. He had a very slow start, and I think he got caught off there at the start of the race. But now that the track's coming to him, really laying it down. Poole's next in line here for Scott. So Alex White's now to... Ooh, big mistake into the pits, into the wall for White. So White gave up position to his teammate, and he's pulled it into the pit lane. So working lap 11. That's an early stop for White. Gonna jump on the dries and go the rest of the way with it.
You have to. Just Alex White, it should have been in worse shape than he was, honestly, without that fracas we saw from Prieto and his teammate. But you have to come in as early as possible, just giving up way too much speed. So no choice. But he survived pretty well, all things considered, Al.
So that's going to move his teammate up to second. But that being the case, he's going to come out possibly in some traffic.
Yeah. Yep.
So David Poole now really under pressure from Alex Scott. Let's jump on board with Scott here for fourth.
Yeah, I expected Alex Scott actually to blow by a little sooner even than this, but David Poole doing a very nice job, I'd say. Not over defending, but making that car pretty wide.
Well, let's be honest. David's not going to give it to you. You're going to have to earn it.
Yeah.
Oh, some contact. So Scott gets into the back of Poole. And there you have it. Poole's going to rejoin in at least seventh. His teammate. You got to wonder if Poole's probably going to dive into the pits right now. He does.
I'm sure that. Yeah, I'm sure Alex Scott was prepared for David Poole breaking a little early, but I think it caught him out, even the amount that David Poole was having to slow down for that corner. But in any case, a bad mistake, but both will soldier on.
Well, the good news for Poole, it was close to the pits, so could have been a lot worse. Let's see where he is in terms of in relation to Alex White. Alex White rejoins in 23rd, just ahead of Connor Swain. Oh, big lurch from White, but it looks like he's going to be pulled out. Let's see where he is. Yep.
Yeah, that spin by Poole did not help his cause.
Now Poole's just getting away now, so
yeah, this is
Rally takes it off. So go ahead, Brad. Sorry.
I was just saying that this is going to make for a very interesting race when these pit stops do finally cycle through. There are quite a few guys that did start off on the slicks. We saw them have trouble early, but now the advantage has really swung back into their favor, and they can really employ some strategy options here on just when to come in. So we'll see when it shakes out. I'm pretty interested to see where the field comes back together at when these pit stops finally cycle through. It'll take a while.
Yeah, most of these guys, probably the guys on the drive, is going to come in around lap 18, 17, 18, something like that.
Well, watching a battle for ninth, it looks like John Luden and Ian Jolicoeur going at it at the moment.
Jolicoeur. Ooh. Well, Luden didn't put up much of a fight there.
Yeah, that was putting up an anti-fight, actually. That was kind of surrendering, but he felt that it was in his best interest, and you can't blame a guy for that.
Greg Myers now looking to get by John Luden for 9th. He's going to get it done pretty easily. So Luden, he understands where he is. I expect Luden to come in this lap.
Yeah, it's hard to say exactly what compounds are on what cars and where everything's going to shake out. Now, I'm watching a battle here between Andres Prieto and Mike Trussler over the 2nd spot, and I'm a little curious about Andres Prieto and what kind of damage he may be able to do now that the track's gone dry a little bit. And with
Trussler
Alex
into the
White
pits.
Yeah.
Trussler comes in. Alex Scott's going to stay out. Out of Uren. Wow, what a drive for him. He's back up now, running in 6th. Albeit some of these guys have pitted early, but still, nice run for him. Not far off of Jaime Moore.
Boy, Ryan Schleif got out to that big lead, but there are some cars behind him now that are turning better laps than Ryan Schleif.
Into the pits. Sorry.
No, that's okay. Not enough to make a big deal about yet, but some cars running very strong behind Ryan Schleif, who is in the lead.
So, running order right now is Schleif, followed by Prieto. Alex Scott now in 3rd. We've had some pit cycles. Jaime Moore has stayed out. He's in the 4th position, followed by Marty Uren. And Salem Montgomery Jr. now, who finds himself up in 6th. Not far off of Uren's tailpipe. And further back, we got Joe LaCour, Greg Myers, and Parsons. These 3 have been duking it out most of the race. Triana in 10th. Cuppet now moves up to 11th. Rally's running in 12th. Palacio 13th. Mike Monahan in 14th. Gomez in the points, running in 15th. Trying to get by a lap, John Watton. And his teammate Chiordia, last car in the points. So Iggy also trying to put Watton a lap down. Mike Trussler has rejoined in 17th, ahead of his teammate Brad in 18th.
Yeah, well, it was that spin coming into the pits, Al, for Alex White.
Yeah, he was that. Looked like that was a last-second decision for White to dive in, and got it a bit wrong heading into the pit. So you got to wonder, he must have had that damage repaired. Lost a little bit extra time there in the pit. So, but it's Trussler and White after these pit stops. Joe LaCour in the pits. So he's going to be off here in a second. He's away. He's got his damage replaced.
Yeah, race is on now, but I tell you, these guys are still going to have to be careful. Track is still showing as damp, and surely offline, there are still some wet spots out there.
David Poole has come out ahead of Ian, so Poole has pitted. Joe LaCour comes out, looks like ahead of John Luden, well ahead. So Luden has pitted. Kevin Miller back in 24th. Taylor running in 25th. Go ahead, Brett.
Andres Prieto in from the 2nd spot along with Alex White. So 2nd and 3rd on track, pitting now, and we're about at that magic number, halfway out.
So Luden now back in 26. I gotta wonder, he must be having some issues here. Just fighting with Lou Mascarelli back in 27. So Saul Watson, he's back in 28. Chandler 29th. Chuck Carter running in 30th, and that's it. Mike Rachix has parked it. So Prato came in. Ryan Schleif still leading the way here, followed by Moore, and looks like Alex Scott has come in.
Yeah, Ryan Schleif still turning very good time, so ground on him, the guys that have the new tires on just yet. So looking pretty good for Ryan Schleif with that big gap before those stops and continuing to turn good ones out there. Ryan Schleif into the pits, Al.
So he's in. See what Jaime Moore elects to do here.
Yeah, have about half this field yet to stop.
Jaime Moore in. Ooh, Jaime takes it into the gravel as well. So Marty Uren is going to take over the lead of the race. Salem Montgomery Jr. right behind him in second. That C6 is pretty decent on fuel, so man, this could be a two-stop race for these guys.
No, I don't think
I mean,
so. I think
double stint race. Sorry, Brad.
Oh,
that's what I meant to say.
That did maybe look like a quick stop by Jaime Moore. It's possible, but I would kind of tend to doubt it. But the rain would have helped.
I think so, because Prato has taken over what would be the lead. He comes out well ahead of Ryan Schleif. So Prato, I believe, has double stinted. So it's Schleif and then his teammate Cuppet, who has yet to stop.
Yeah, 237 to a 211. Judging by the guys that have taken tires, 237 to 11. Yeah, that's definitely a double stint. That could be a bit of a chance, but like I say, the tire wear was going to be cut down by the rain, so perhaps they're within range for that double stint. Yeah.
Wow.
We'll see at the end.
What a coup that would be for Prato.
Well, it sure would be.
Let's take a look at that gap between Prato. It's about 9 seconds. So we'll have to keep an eye on that, see what Schleif can do here as we have entered the second half of this race.
Boy, Schleif had a really tremendous speed. Andre is not quite down to Schleif's pace.
So Jaime Moore has come out ahead of Trussler and Alex White. And Trussler looks like he's got pace on his teammate. We'll have to see if there's any team orders here late, if this is the way things hold up. So the Janettas double stinting, taking advantage of the damp track.
Yeah, judging by the pit time, Ryan Schleif is on new rubber.
So Marty has brought it into the pits. And Montgomery Jr. now leading this race. Montgomery Jr. is a guy you're going to have to watch out for, because he's definitely a guy that will try to double stint here and drag this out. And that Corvette is pretty good on fuel.
Yeah, his lap time's still in the 42s, but looking at the time gaps on track, he is going to spend a bit of time in the pits.
Well, it's a pretty short pit lane, Brad, and if he just takes fuel only, he should be all right.
Well, yeah, that's true. If he does go for the double stint, yeah, that's true.
Let's see what he does here. If he stays out, he does.
Yeah, I suspect a lot of guys were swayed by seeing those tire wear numbers on their telemetry. in the rain, I suspect it wasn't too bad for him. So yeah, I think a lot of these guys are switching it up.
Parsons has stayed out. Greg Myers also has stayed out. These guys really extending their stint.
Yeah, Gregory Myers into the 42s. So a lot of guys in the 42s at the moment.
This is a battle that has been ongoing for much of this race. Greg Myers doing a very good job holding off Parsons.
Yeah, Aaron Parsons now running laps in the 41s. He has yet to stop.
Let's take a look further back here, see what guys are doing. Prato in fourth, we saw that. Ryan Schleif running in fifth. Moore has stopped, he's in sixth. And then Trussler and Alex White. Trussler's really laying down some very fast times. Oh, Marty Uren has come out in front of Alex White. So Marty has double stinted. Marty has stopped already.
I think it is a double stint, but it was still a pretty slow stop for a double stint. So
Marty heavy on the brakes. Just gave up that position to White. I was just gonna say it's not a position White wanted to be in, but Marty just made it easy for him.
Yeah, the guys that didn't change tires was about 10 seconds faster than Marty Uren. So I think he had some problems coming into the pits or something that hurt his time.
Marty really sliding that Audi around those last couple corners.
It's possible he only changed the front or the rear.
So Alex Scott, he's in 10th. Swain, not sure if Swain has pitted yet, running in 11th. Poole in 12th. Triano looks like, not sure if he's come in, he's running in 13th. Joe LaCour has pitted, he's in 14th. Looks like Houston has gotten service, he's in 15th. Followed by Keene, Kevin Miller, Matt Taylor running in 18th. David Rowley now in 19th. Cuppet, he's pitted, he's in 20th. Palacio and Luden. Gotta wonder what's up with John Luden. He's just fallen way off the pace. I'm not sure if he's had some kind of technical issue or heel or something or what. But
his pit time is, his pit time was showing as extremely slow, really like 30 seconds. So he may have had some problem on track on his in lap or something. His lap times are okay now, but yeah, he came to some bad end out there on track coming into his pit stop. The guy I'm watching actually right now is David Poole. So I think David Poole does have the fast lap of the race at the moment with a 40.9 and currently back in 12th. He'll pick up a position or two yet due to pit stops, but David Poole on a charge.
Yeah, so Poole laying it down. Let's see what's going on out front as Salem Montgomery Jr., Greg Myers, and Aaron Parsons continue to stay out. And neither of these guys have yet to pit. Meanwhile, taking a look at the gap between Schleif and Prato is now down to 5 seconds, Greg.
Yeah, down to 5 seconds. And I tell you, these three guys up front, their lap times are actually quite good relative to the guys who have taken new rubber. So the tires are holding up very well. Well, Alex White, 40.6 last time by, so that they're starting to pick up some time now.
Track remains damp. stay out.
Yeah, so definitely a double stint at this point if they're going to stay out this long. Question is, you know, what kind of time are they going to give up to the likes of the guys that have taken rubber behind them? Ryan Schleif, Mike Trussler, Alex White. Going to have to wait and see. Yeah, Alex White now starting to really turn some good lap time.
Moment there for Chuck Carter.
Yeah, I think Ryan Schleif is still in pretty good shape here. He is picking up pretty good chunks of time on Andres Prieto. And I don't think the front three are going to be able to stop and get out of the pits in time to move back on track ahead of Ryan Schleif. I think he's in good shape.
So I'll tell you what. Don't want to put any pressure on Ryan, but he's had, let's see, 2 poles here in GT2. Has yet to win. Well, 3 poles after tonight. Has yet to win a race here in GT2. This could be his night, Brad.
I can't believe you did it to him, Al. There is no broadcaster curse stronger than the NAGP TV broadcast curse. I cannot believe you did that to the poor guy.
I'm just telling you the stats here. Oh, near miss with Lou Mascarelli. Lou nearly putting the nail in the coffin for Ryan right there, but Ryan did a good job getting by.
Well, it's only about 2.5 seconds back for Ryan Schleif, but Parsons is in. Yeah.
So we'll stay on board with Parsons, see what he does here if he goes up on the jacks.
Al, I'll be back in 45 seconds.
Fuel only for Parsons. Let's see where he comes out. Ooh, it's going to be close. He comes out ahead of Trussler. Definitely going to be in front of White. Wow, so he splits those 2 guys. It's going to be interesting for Montgomery Jr. and Greg Myers. Let's see where they come out. If they come in the middle of these 2, that's going to have to be really good starts for those guys. Wow, great job by Parsons. Jaime Moore, he's stopped. He's double stinted. Schleif now in 4th, really closing the gap up on Prieto. Let's take a look at that gap now. Now it's only 2 seconds. So Montgomery Jr. staying out. Greg Myers into the pits. So Greg comes in on lap 25.
Yeah, Myers in. Looks like he has some damage. He'll be able to repair that, and it's going to be interesting to see where he comes out at. Running times very similar to Salem Montgomery Jr. No small feat, so Gregory Myers putting in a strong effort tonight. Boy, Alex White all over Aaron Parsons.
It's like a slow stop for Greg.
Yeah.
Oh, very slow stop for Greg. Yeah, he's lost out there.
Yeah, don't know what happened. Maybe he was fumbling around with the pit board or something.
Yeah, he's lost a bunch there. That's too bad. So Parsons doing his best to fight off Alex White. White looks like he's got the pass made. He does. Nothing he could do there.
Yeah, and a couple positions still up on offer for Mike Trussler and Alex White. Got Jaime Moore in front there, and I think they may have a chance to hunt down Andres Prieto by the end of this event, but it will be close.
Well, speaking of hunting down, Ryan Schleif now nearly on the bumper of Prieto. Montgomery Jr. leading this race, and he is into the pit lane. So let's see what Salem can do here. He's definitely going to give up the lead to Prato.
Yeah, it would be great if he could get in and out of these pits in 40 seconds. He'll come out somewhere around 6th or 7th. That might be a little optimistic, but we'll see what happens.
So Prato's going to assume the lead. I mean, more. Ooh, Salem, good stop. He's away. He's going to come out ahead of Jaime, perhaps?
Yeah, I think so.
He might get Trussler. Oh yes, what a great stop from Salem. He's going to rejoin in 3rd. It's going to be touch and go here. Ooh, Omar nearly got in the way there. Ooh, Jaime gets by for 3rd. Wow, that was nip and tuck. But Montgomery Jr. comes out ahead of both Mercedes, and not by much. And we got some lap cars in the mix here, Omar and Iggy. Ooh, Trussler nearly gets in the back of Iggy, carrying a boatload of speed. Now the battle for the lead. Sorry, Brad, between Schleif and Prato, heating up. Go ahead, Brad. Sorry.
No. Yeah, you shouldn't think it'd be too long for him to be able to take over the lead. Got about 10 laps remaining in this event. The drivers I'm going to be keeping my eye on are Mike Trussler and Alex White on the fresh rubber. I think they have a shot to move up toward the podium positions here by the end of this event.
I think Schleif just got to be patient here. He can pull Andre down the back. I guess the back straight, the middle straight, whatever. Oh, Andres with the block move. You're gonna have to be careful with that. I mean,
yeah, there's almost no reason at all for Andres to be fighting here. He will be passed, or that will happen.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know what the big deal is. You aren't going to be able to hold the guy off, and all you're doing is giving up time to the guys behind. I mean, you know, what are you going to do?
right.
I mean, yeah, fight for position, but you know, there's no need to do anything radical
just
and crazy
gave it back.
Here. Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Now that's fine. A guy makes a mistake, yeah, you can go back by, no problem.
Meanwhile, further back, we got Moore holding off. Jaime Moore currently in 3rd. Montgomery Jr. running in 4th. So Moore's been out for a bit now on that set of tires, that same used set of tires, as has Montgomery. Both these guys double stinting. But the battle out front here between Prato and Schleif. The main thing for Schleif is, you know, obviously he's got the pace. You know, he knows where he's better than him. Which is most parts of the track, but I mean, stay close to him going up into the straight. Get him there.
The only problem is Ryan has just got to be foaming at the mouth for that first win. You know, he was right there at Monza, ran into some very difficult circumstances there at the end of that race, and that's got to be a replay going over in his head right now. So he's got to try to take some antacid or something. And you're absolutely right. Stay as patient as possible. He will make the pass if he's careful. So while that battle's going on, it is Mike Trussler on the fresh tires trying to take out Salem Montgomery Jr. for 4th position. Alex White is not quite up there on his teammate's bumper at the moment, but that 4th place battle is heating up.
So Ryan gets the pass made on Prato. Prato certainly did not make it easy for him. It's just a matter of Schleif keeping it together here. work lap 27, sorry. So we got about 10 minutes left in this race, Brad.
Yeah, 10 minutes left and still quite a few positions to play for, not only up toward the front, but throughout the field as well.
So, on board with Trusser on fresher set of tires, and ooh, Montgomery Jr. nearly threw it off, but keeps it together. But both Jaime Moore and Montgomery Jr., both these guys double stinting. Alex White and Trusser have taken tires. Definitely have pace on these two guys. Right on board with Trusser.
Yeah, well, whatever happens here, Salem Montgomery Jr. Does happen to get past for a couple positions here, as looks like might be happening.
Trusser gets by for 4th.
Yeah, if these guys get by and he manages the gap, Salem Montgomery Jr. will have advanced his position on this double stint, but he's going to have to be careful, or there could be a few more positions behind that will get him by the end.
Ooh, bit of a moment there, and Salem hangs on to that position. These championship points on offer. He pick up a couple points on White if he can stay ahead of him, but it's going to be a lot easier said than done.
Yeah, I think, you know, given it looked like Salem Montgomery Jr. was, I mean, his start position was like 15th or something, so really I don't know that he could be too disappointed even if he gives up a couple more spots here.
Board with White.
Wow, what a tight battle.
White can have that same look on the inside. No, he's not going to get it done.
Oh yeah, Alex Scott coming up with the charge behind those guys. He's going to be up on them pretty soon here.
Far, no answer from White. Yeah, you're right. Scott running in 7th, not far off that battle.
Yeah, turning some of the best lap times on track at the moment.
Larson's came out in between the two Mercedes of White and Trusser, but he's lost some ground now, back in 8th. David Poole running in 9th. David Poole
best
had
lap
a good,
of the race.
Yeah, he had a good run going, but had that incident with Alex Scott before his stop. And Greg Myers showing up in 10th. Connor Swain running in 11th, Brad.
That's a
pretty good run for him.
That's great.
He ran into some problems. He was pretty far back, but he's come back to position himself pretty well here. Joe LaCour running in 12th. Triana 13th. Marty Uren in 14th. So Marty has fallen back a bit after his stop. Kevin Miller in the points at 15th, followed by Houston and Cuppet. These two battling for the final point. Let's go back out front here. Ryan Schleif now handily in the lead by, well, he's got about 3 seconds over Prato.
Yeah, quick update. Alex White did get past Salem Montgomery Jr. for the 5th spot, and Alex Scott now hounding Salem Montgomery Jr. for 6th. Just a second or two back.
Trussler trying to go to work on Jaime Moore to pick up that final podium position. He is not far off. Working lap 31, 32.
Yeah, something like that. I was going to say, yeah, something like that. But the thing that's kind of interesting me a little bit, speaking of Mike Trussler, is that he has not allowed his teammate really to challenge him for that position. Now, teammate Alex White does have a little bit of that winner's weight on, but still in all, you have to be running pretty well to say that you're running legitimate pace over Alex White.
Yeah, no, that's a great point. I mean, Trussler's pace is legit. I mean, White is carrying some success ballast here tonight, so that may be the difference. But nonetheless, Trussler having a good run tonight. But I'll tell you what, it's been taking him a little bit to catch up to Jaime Moore. As we look further behind here, Montgomery Jr. now. As Scott takes a look on the inside, not close enough.
And it looks like a battle could be brewing here for 8th as David Poole is making some serious inroads on Aaron Parsons. In fact, they're just about a half second apart now, so right together on track as well over 8th.
Scott really close to the bumper of Montgomery Jr. Tell you what, we saw in qualifying, Salem just didn't have the pace of some of these guys, but he's really doing a good job. Fighting off some of these guys.
Absolutely, no question, and employed some really nice strategy to move up into this position here. So, got to be happy with that effort.
Now we'll take a quick look at Trussler here as he's putting the pressure on Jaime Moore for 3rd. Scott,
well, I tell you,
side, can't get it done. Go ahead, Brad.
I tell you, looking at these positions as they. Sorry, something going on?
Yeah, some contact between Scott and Sam. Go ahead.
A lot of these guys are going to pick up some points here on some of our front runners. Alex White, Salem Montgomery Jr., Aaron Parsons running 1, 2, and 3. And very early in the season, of course, but all those guys will be giving up some points to positions in front of them.
So Jaime Moore has given up the 3rd spot to Trussler. Meanwhile, out front, it remains Ryan Schleif in 1st, followed by Andres Prado. We're going to be coming up on the final laps here, Brad.
Yeah, looks like Alex Scott just got past Salem Montgomery Jr., and David Poole continues to put the intense pressure on Aaron Parsons.
Oh, big lurch from Parsons. Just picked that up. Man. Somehow save that.
Boy, still great battles going on back in the field as well.
Yeah, Jaime Moore doing his best to fend off Alex White. Going to defend the inside here, going into the hairpin. Ooh, big slide. Looks like White's going to get the pass made. Well, not going to get it done. Moore hangs on to it.
Yeah, someone getting the job done is David Poole.
Ooh. What a fight from Jaime Moore. Sorry, Brad.
No, just had a quick update. Oh, Mike Monahan, DNF'd with an engine.
And that's it. Ryan Schleif takes his first GT2 win. Wow, what a drive for him. Prato's going to finish second. Trussler, he's going to come home in third. Great run from Mike. And White with that last lap pass on Jaime Moore is going to take fourth. Moore fifth. Alex Scott sixth. And Montgomery Jr., great job by him, is going to take seventh. Poole gets by Parsons for eighth. Parsons finishes ninth. Rick Myers is going to finish in the top 10 here. Connor Swain going to finish up here in 11th. Followed by Joe LaCour. Rodrigo Triana going to finish 13th. Haven't talked much about him tonight, but all in all, pretty decent finish for him. Uren will take 14th. Kevin Miller trying to hang on to that 15th. And looks like he gets it done. Wow, great finish there at the end between Miller and Cuppet. Cuppet finishing in the points. Houston out of the points. Tough night for him. Palacio 18th. Not sure what happened to Taylor. Luden, miserable night, 19th. Rally's going to take 20th, followed by... Well, looks like that's it. Yeah, that'll do it. See if we can grab a hold of Ryan here, our winner. Ryan, do you copy?
So this is what it looks like in here.
Yeah. Congratulations, finally. Your first GT2 win
Finally.
after, well, you were close last season, but that's in the past. But congratulations after 3 poles, including tonight. You get your first win. Congratulations. How's it feel?
Feels awesome. And thank you to everybody. You guys put on one hell of a series. I've been doing this for a lot of years, and this is just absolutely awesome. Thank you very much.
Well, speaking of awesome, is a pretty awesome effort for you tonight. Now, you must have been sweating a few bullets here or there when you saw some of those guys jump you on those pit stops. Did you know that they were probably on a double stint, and did they have you a little worried there for a while?
It took me about a quarter lap to realize they double stinted, and I just settled back in. The car was just so good. I knew I had it. I needed not to mess up, and here we are.
Yeah, you got to let us know there at the start. Were you on? We were guessing you were on the dries, the slick tires, only because you looked like you struggled a little bit at a few corners there, and then once the track went to damp, started to dry out a bit, things turned in your favor.
Well, that's a Piper Dominance patented secret, but no, I started out on mediums. I put mediums on as soon as I saw the track go damp when I was sitting in the garage with like 30 seconds to go. And, I was a little worried that the first 3 laps when Alex got by me, but then I realized that he must have been on a wet tire when he went down the backstretch, and he was trying to find water, and I knew at that point I had him. I didn't realize how much I would have him, though.
And after the stop there, Prato, I believe he was about 9-10 seconds up on you after his double stint, and we really clawed back a lot of time on him pretty quick. But pretty close battle there between you and him in a few corners.
Yeah, he didn't leave me a lot of room in the 2A or 3, whatever you want to call it, complex, so I kind of had to get into him, and I guess he wasn't happy about it, put up a protest, so I let him back by just to prove that I was going to win this race and he wasn't going to stop me. But it's always fun racing with him. He's the best.
Well, I guess a final note for me. This is going to help out suddenly some of your championship aspirations, if you have any there, Ryan. What do you think going forward here? Do you think you have what it takes to make a run here by the end of this season 26?
We'll see, boys. Now I got the experience in my belt. I got the car. We'll see what happens.
All right, well, Ryan, congratulations again from the both of us, and well earned tonight. You really did a great job, and good luck next week at Road Atlanta with that weight. It's going to be a new feeling.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. Awesome job to you too, as always. I can't wait to watch the broadcast tonight.
All right, take care. All right, Brad. Well, there you have it. Ryan Schleif gets his first win in GT2. Pretty dominating night for him. I mean, he was really flying there at the. Once he settled in there at the start, he really got his act together, and like you said, just focused on coming away with the win here tonight. He knew he had it.
Yeah, sometimes it just all comes together. The car, the track, the driving, but it never comes easy. And so the wet weather challenge first there by Alex White, and then Andres Prieto and his double stint getting out front. So not only did he have all the right tools in place for the win, he was able to overcome some of the challenges as well. So that was very exciting. And the team championship, it was another fantastic result for Team Formula winning. Those guys already out front early in this championship, and they're going to be quite a bit out front, even more so next week as we go into Road Atlanta. So nice win for Ryan, nice team effort for that Team Formula winning. Overall, great race, Al.
Yeah, it was a good night tonight. So as Brad mentioned, we'll be at Road Atlanta next week, next Monday for round 3. So hopefully you guys can join us then. Until then, we'll be at Circuit of the Americas for our Assetto Corsa GT League, and Thursday night at 9. So hopefully you can tune in for that. Until next week, Brad, thanks again, and we'll see everybody next week.